What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. LeBron James, this man, on his way out, is making himself look like a very jealous person. And also a sore loser. Let's just be real. LeBron James and his fans are some of the most delusional people on the face of this earth. LeBron James went from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland, to the Lakers. What I find really hypocritical about him and his fans, they talk about stats all the time. Stats. Who did this? Who did that? Right? When they're comparing who's doing what now. But then, when they realize, okay, once the conversation is shifted and it turns into a LeBron versus Michael Jordan thing, damn, he's still trying to catch Jordan's stats. Jordan played 15 seasons altogether. This man is playing 20. So let's just say 13 in his prime years, and then he disappears for years and comes back, 38, 39 years old, and he's playing with the Wizards. Took one of the worst teams, if not the worst in the league, and made them contenders, man. Okay? Jordan could have came back and went anywhere. Who you think would have told Jordan, nah, we don't want you? He could have easily went to a winning team. Easily. But nah, he took one of the worst teams, and I'm going to take my hard work, my experience and knowledge, and hey, I'm going to help make this team better. And he damn sure did it. Now, let's take that into consideration. When people talk about longevity, what do people always say about LeBron when LeBron falls short? He don't have the help he needed every time. So now what's funny is LeBron went from talking about winning championships and what it takes to be one of the greatest players of all time and all these things. Now all of a sudden, this is, for some reason, this is ring culture. Everybody's talking about rings. And he's talking about how, that's like saying Steve Nash or Peyton Manning or, Charles Barkley, different people. You can't put them in the same conversations with other people because they won less. Well, I tell you what, speaking of Charles Barkley, he for sure don't think that you're better than Michael Jordan. Now, I don't personally care about the greatest of all time and all that on a personal level, okay? But I'm not stupid. I know there's certain things that, let me put it to you this way. Nobody's saying LeBron isn't a great player, or Barkley, or Steve Nash, or Peyton Manning, or any of that. I think they all were great players, in their sports. But when you want to add that EST at the end, and you're basically walking around here talking about, stats and numbers, but it's just that shit, I pale in comparison to Jordan. We know this for a fact. Kobe Bryant included. If he played the same exact, 15 seasons just like Jordan, and Kobe's way off as well as far as catching Michael Jordan stats. But any of them, if they only played 15 seasons, there'd be no comparison with these stats for the most part. It took you 5 extra seasons and you're still trying to catch Jordan stats. So anything you surpass, look at how long it took you to get there. And for sure, Jordan is not sitting home crossing his fingers worried about what you guys think and I hope nobody don't say that LeBron is better than me. Man, this is like if you hear Michael Jordan have his conversation versus LeBron and any of his other people, it's like listening to a grown man surrounded by a bunch of children. Everybody cares about this greatest of all time nonsense, but it's like 50 years from now, man, if the NBA is still a thing, people will be going, when LeBron played, the game was different. The game is more advanced now. It will be something that people are going to find to try to say that their players of their generation is better. That's just what people do. That doesn't validate anything because you're biased. You think that LeBron went from Cleveland to Miami because they were winning too much? And he said, hey, man, we got to start losing some games. You think he went from Cleveland to Miami because, I don't want to win a championship. I just want to win more games. And I feel like, with Miami than I did with Cleveland. Man. No, it's about winning championships. How the hell you gonna call somebody the greatest of anything? And they've won less. And it's not that you didn't have a good team, man. It first of all, You never saw Michael Jordan blaming his teammates like you saw him get on them and push them to be, play the best that they can. But hey, man, when you got that soft bitch mentality where Michael Jordan's mean to us, man, he's yelling at us and he's this and that. If Michael Jordan wasn't who he was, the Bulls wouldn't have three-peated twice. Scottie Pippen and all of them played a role. If Michael Jordan wasn't who he was, if he was just a flash and flare, I can fly from the free throw line, I can do all this and that, but I'm going to sit back and allow you guys to play lazy. I'm going to sit back and allow you guys to just, come out here and have lackluster performances, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. No, Jordan was a savage out there, man. He was a savage out there. We seen Kobe go through that shit where he was blaming his teammates and giving up, and it's fall apart. Michael Jordan, man, you never heard him sitting there blaming his teammates. He might have got on their asses behind, in the locker room behind closed doors, but you never seen him act childish like that. You never seen him carry on the way LeBron does, and I like, as a player, I think Kobe's better than LeBron, but it doesn't matter. His time is come and gone as well. And LeBron is on the tail end of his career right now. But all of this talk about, ring culture, it doesn't mean anything. You think if LeBron had the same amount of rings as Jordan or more, that he would be saying that? So if you're not in this to be champion, if you're not in this to be the best, why are you here? Well, of course you want the millions of dollars and to make that, to keep that big money and to be in a position where even if you go to a different team, you're going to make that same money or more. Yeah, you got to be on top. You got to be one of those players that they see the value in you. Who the hell comes into this to say, I just want, well, I can't really say that because I feel like a lot of people are just about money and being celebrities. But bottom line, those guys, it's like you think somebody, who the hell is going to call Ja Morant the greatest of anything? Who? Talented. Yeah, he can make some nice plays, some nice highlights and all that, but now you got to win championships, man. The Buffalo Bills went to 4 back-to-back, Super Bowl chip games and lost all 4. Now you can say they were the best team in the AFC for 4 straight seasons. Yeah, you can say that. But when you start talking about, imagine somebody saying, well, you can't say they're not the greatest of all time because they was there 4 times. Right, and they lost all 4 times. And the best Super Bowl out of that whole series was against the Giants, the first one. You got to win, man. Wilt Chamberlain was a guy who didn't win as much as, if he would have won more, then he would be. People try to talk about him, even though there were no more 7-footers around with this dude, but he gets salty himself because he want people to say, I'm the greatest. Michael Jordan, you never even heard him say, hey, I'm the greatest basketball player of all. He don't even care about that shit. LeBron has to fucking tell himself. Remember that some play he made, he goes, after that play, that's when I knew I was the GOAT. You feel like you have to call yourself that. Jordan don't care about that. Jordan doesn't care about that shit. What it is in this little crybaby ass culture that we in now, you guys think that because you add some more rules or unwritten rules that try to move the goalpost that validates anything. It's like when these artists can't go platinum or whatever, can't sell more records than the label would like them to or whatever, and they had these award shows, so they make up stupid awards like Best Swag Award. You know what I mean? It's like stupid things like that. So yeah, man, I sold 10 million records. Yeah, man, I got the Best Swag Award. Oh, I won Pimp of the Year. The hell does that have to do with your records, man? But this is the type of stuff that's going on. So what I say is really simple, y'all. It doesn't matter, with all this favoritism nonsense. We gonna go by numbers. Let's go by numbers. And let's go by all the numbers. How many years played and everything. And all that nonsense about nobody played defense when Jordan was playing. You guys truly don't know shit about basketball and don't know what you're talking about. And here's the thing. When Jordan scores and make people look stupid, nobody's playing defense. When LeBron scores and make people look stupid, is it because he's just so great that even the greatest defenders look stupid? Come on, y'all. Anyways, man, LeBron, you're making a mess out of this situation. You should just look at this shit and go, hey, man, you know what? I am who I am. I've done what I've done. I had a great career. Life goes on. Nothing to feel salty about. But LeBron's ego is exposing him to be a complete sore loser, man. This dude is making himself look like a child. Really. Let it go, man. You're not Jordan, and you never will be. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember the truth that brings hate out of people, and I will catch you guys on the next video.